team out there for the fans?
Yeah, it's fun for the guys. We try to at least score some of us just so they had something fun. Get them to compete a little bit. Fans want to see kind of their routines and what they do in practice. That's a small portion of what they do, but I think fans are right.
You're getting a little bit familiar to the passion of the Knicks already?
I understand what it is anyway, so that's great. These exhibition games we've had here, to have that many people at a game, it just goes to show what kind of basketball they like here, and they want to have a winner here. Our guys have to kind of understand it. I think a lot of them do, but some of them are learning. So this exhibition game is supposed to be great. So it's a great place to play.
KP didn't practice today.
He's fine. He strained his groin a little bit first quarter last night, so just take it easy. But
do you think he'll be back practicing? Any idea?
I would think so. I think he'd be back.
Like,
we'll practice tomorrow.
Okay, so do you expect him tomorrow?
I think so.
Coach, when you look at Marshall, do you see any Miles when you coach them in Phoenix? Do you see any of the older brothers?
Yeah, they're very intense guys. Miles is probably a little more laid back. Marshall, he's going to go out there and lay it out there. Whatever. It doesn't matter if it's 1 minute or 25 minutes or 30 minutes. The guy's going to play as hard as he can. And, he's got a good understanding of the game. He's gotten better every day from the summer to now, and we're very happy with his progress.
Miles had some pretty good numbers under you. Do you envision using Marshall in a similar way?
They're a little bit different. I think Marshall's more a power guy. Miles has maybe Marshall doesn't want to. He admitted the other day. Miles got a little more athletic ability than Marshall does, so there's more lobs to him. Marshall's more of the power guy. He'll probably get rebounds. But Marshall, we like what he does defensively. He's up talking. He's letting our guards know what's coming, and then he's learning the little parts of it of how to actually drop back and challenge shots. So again, Miles did well for us, and I think Marshall did well for us too.
How much of a feel of Kuz and how he's developing?
Yeah, we know he can shoot the ball well. He's got some sneaky athletic ability every once in a while. You see him go in there and try to tip down. He'll dunk on somebody. It's just a matter of him getting used to the end of the game, the speed. Guys in this league, and he's going to learn that and get better as he goes.
How much of a setback is this for Randall? To break a ball, obviously.
I think Jason's done great. We've seen great things from him, what he can do. He's got a great back in the game. I'm sure he's bummed out that he's got to be out a little bit. Hopefully the doctor can make a mask for him and get back quickly. He just got to keep plugging along. I've been impressed with what he's done so far.
You don't think missing time here would hurt? How much would that hurt his chances to make this team?
I don't think it hurts him at all. We kind of understand what he is. He can give us as a player. It would have been nice to see him maybe put him up against Isaiah. We play these two Boston games to see how he can do it. But again, we have a pretty good feel for him.
How important is it? You had Tyson here last year for the first part of last year. He played here, and now Joakim is there, and Robin Lopez was here, and Melo loved playing with him. How important is it to kind of have an enforcer type or someone who kind of has that personality, more of a rugged personality that can get the crowd going and can set a hard screen for someone like Carmelo?
Well, you can't have a bunch of guys that want to just run by each other and not set screens. Joe's going to get guys open. He can pass the ball. He's got to be our dirty worker. He's got to be the guy that gets the tip-ins, gets the dump-off dunks, that kind of stuff. We have Carmelo and KP, and we still want those guys to be able to do some of those dirty things too. But the main guy there is going to be Joakim.
What does it do, if anything? I mean, you might. This is a subjective question. You might disagree with it. What does it do if and when your center is or can be your best passer on the floor? How does that change things for your offense?
Well, we still want to keep the ball in our point guards' hands. They're as good as Joe is as a passer. We feel the point guards can make those plays. but it gives us an option to go to. As we work the offense and it gets into his hands, we know the ball it's not going to get stuck in that guy's hands. He can go dribble handoff to somebody, pass out the screen, he can hit cutters, and it's an advantage. I think when Joe's out there, you see the other guys on the team, they have less tendency to stand around because they know they might get a pass.
But do you feel like you guys are running less triangle as the preseason goes on?
I wouldn't say that. I thought we ran a lot of it last night. So, again, I think that's going to be a game-to-game, how the flow of it is. We're right now when it's a slowdown situation. We're trying to get into those parts of it. And so, if there's a lot of fouls that game, maybe we're in it more than another night. If there's less fouls, it's more of the open game.
Willy, I know you've been very like when you've seen. What stood out? Are you surprised at how far along he is for a guy who's just so new to this country and new to this sport?
Yeah, a young kid coming over this country. My expectations were he's going to kind of be a little tentative. He's kind of going to work his way into it and try to figure things out. It wasn't like that from day one. He jumped right in there. It didn't matter. He wasn't fearful of the moment. He wasn't in awe of saying, hey, I'm playing with Joakim and Derrick Rose and Carmelo Anthony. He just plays. And that probably could be from his experience in Spain. He's been playing with the Gasol brothers for a few years now and has picked up a lot. You see a lot of similarities in what they can do and what he does. So he's probably a great student of other players, and he can pass the ball. He's got a nice little touch inside. So he's off to a great start.
It's only preseason for him and for Hughes. But what is it that a lot of times these guys come over, fans are not sure what to expect from them. But between them and then KP last year, why is it that they come over and it almost seems like their scoring numbers get better and improve even though they're playing in a more challenging league? Why is that?
In this game, the European game, there's probably a lot more movement where maybe they're killing more shot clock. It takes them 15, 20 seconds. In the NBA, there's more possessions. You're playing a 48-minute game instead of a 40-minute game. You have those extra possessions, so they get more opportunities. I think these guys that come in from overseas have a very good knowledge of the game and the field because they've grown up being trained in that. So when they come over here, they give something that a lot of the guys that we have now are not used to.
Coach, it's been a couple months now that you've been in New York. How have you and your family kind of adjusted to the change? It's a different city than Phoenix.
Yeah, we love it. I grew up in suburb of Chicago, so I don't mind the big cities. And we're finding plenty of restaurants. You can tell already. So it's great here. We know that people are passionate about the game. Not just basketball, but all sports. So it's great to be in a sports town.
Jeff,
The cold weather too?
Yeah, we lived in Utah I know it's a different cold. Utah was pretty mild cold, but we grew up in the Midwest, Chicago, my wife's from Iowa, so we know it's
Do
cold.
people approach you? I know KP said that they did. I know Carmelo gets it. Do people approach you just with kind of the long-held dreams and passions of winning another title here? Do they kind of leave that alone when they see you on the street or in a restaurant or something like that?
There's a lot of people that are just saying good luck.
Sure.
And, they're excited about the year. They think we have a good team. They're not, I've gotten that comment several times, but probably out of every 10 people, there's probably one or two of them say, let's get a championship this year. So, but they're excited, and we are too.
Jeff, what is it about Willy that makes you say, like Carmelo brought up Marc Gasol with him yesterday. What is it about him that you say his similarities with the Gasol brothers?
Well, whenever you see a big guy that size be able to pass like he can, understand the game, he makes plays. When you're scouting guys and you're watching college guys, you're not just looking if they can make shots. You're kind of looking, do they have a knowledge of the game? Are they doing something different? To get to this level, you gotta do something that's a little different. And when you see a guy be 2 steps ahead of the play, those are the guys that stick out to me when I'm looking at young players. And that's what Billy does. He's almost looking 2 steps ahead. He's not getting the ball and then say, okay, now what's next? He already knows what's next. He knows what's next before that. So that's why I think you look at Mark and Paul, they're both that way too.
his last 3, is there anything new with Derek when you might expect him back?
Don't know.
Okay.
I haven't heard any updates on it.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
All right.